What's up everyone, Coach Tony from Bombec Strength, and I'm going to show you close grip bench press pin lockouts using the top third or so range of motion. And I really like this exercise. I've been using this a lot with my powerlifters to help, number one, improve the lockout of the bench press, because triceps are really the muscle group that takes over at that very last portion of the bench, and also to help organize leg drive to prevent the butt from coming off the bench, specifically with lifters who keep their feet flat on the ground. Because the way that this exercise works, if you don't drive yourself backwards and try to slide yourself backwards on the bench, you're gonna have a really hard time breaking the bar off the pins. So it really works well to improve the lockout and dial in your leg drive. So you're gonna set up a bench inside of a power rack with the safety pins set up so you get about the top third range of motion. And you can adjust that range of motion to kind of dial in your own personal sticking points, but for most people I find the top third works about right. And I like the close grip again just so we can focus primarily on the lockout, and it's going to teach you to keep your elbows in nice and tight. If you get this close to lockout with a nice wide grip, you can kind of flare the elbows too much, whereas if I get a nice close grip here, really centers in on the tricep, and if I flare my elbows off the pins, that bar is just going to roll, so I have to stay in nice and tight. So I set up, get everything tight, get my grip, get my elbows tucked in tight, and then I'm going to initiate the lift, not even necessarily by pressing to start, but by trying to drive myself backwards on the bench, by pushing the toes into the front of my shoes, almost as if I'm trying to slide backwards into the wall behind me. And if I do that correctly, that's going to start to keep my chest high while keeping my butt on the bench. So it's not a hip thrust like this where my butt is coming off, because if I try to do that, I'm not going to get that backwards motion, and that bar is just going to stick on the pin. So if I do it all correctly, drive with my legs, and then try to punch the bar through the ceiling simultaneously, I'm going to get that nice drive straight up off the pins, working that top third range of the lockout. Now, typically I prescribe this more at the end of a workout as a way to really kind of finish off the triceps, so for higher reps. But you could certainly do this for heavier weights, even for singles. Anything like a dead bench works awesome for singles, maybe even at the beginning of your lift. But either way, you can use it to dial in tricep strength for lockout, or to get that leg drive going so your butt doesn't come off the bench as you initiate your leg drive.